BLT or G&T. With food and drink delivered to your seat, it's freedom all the way with LNER. Welcome to The Quiet Coach on Roots from LNER. I'm Clara Antho, and on this episode we are diving quietly, so I'm trying to use my quiet voice, into the travel mind of the icon that is Mel B. So welcome back to Roots, Mel.
Thank you.
So before we get into your snacks, your hacks and your tracks, as we are in The Quiet Coach, I ask all my guests, how do you wind down when you're away? Are you a big reader? Is it physical activity? What's the vibe?
Well, I go at opposite ends. So I'll either do a lot of physicality, hot yoga, Bikram yoga, which is quite strict and quite grueling. So that gives me my switch off and peace of mind. And then on the other spectrum, I sit in silence and I meditate. And I do NSDR, which is non-sleep deep rest. And I do a lot of reiki healing and a lot of just mind counting. So you can clear your mind to let other things come in.
Can you tell us more about NSDR? So non-sleep deep rest. So that's what, staying awake for ages?
Well, no, a lot of doctors do it. A lot of people in high stressed jobs do it. I think it's becoming more popular now because people are seeing the effects of it. So it's a certain type of meditation that lets you focus on your right side of your brain, your left side of your brain, and it takes you through your whole entire body. So before you know it, you've switched off, and in theory, you're not asleep, but you are in some state of sleep, but not. It's like rest, which is better than a power nap because it rewires stuff. You should try it.
Actually, you know what? I think I need it. The way you described it, I'm like, sounds like I definitely need to try that. So when you're away, you're basically in your mind to truly switch off.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to get into the big three with you: your hacks, your tracks, and your snacks. So what kind of traveller are you, Mel B? Do you travel light? Are you using like packing cubes? You roll, don't fold? Are you hand luggage only? What's your energy?
Well, I usually pack with everything on thin hangers. So it goes from my suitcase and it's hung up immediately. So I don't have the whole hoo-ha of unpacking everything again after you've packed.
That
you know what I mean?
Super organised.
Yeah.
So you hang up your clothes on super thin hangers, and you put them back into your suitcase.
Yeah, because I pack with everything on hangers.
That is, I think you're the first person I've met who does that.
Really? Oh, and I love a Ziploc.
Okay.
Everyone loves a Ziploc bag.
She's an organised hun. So are you that person that when you come back from holiday, you doing your laundry like straight away?
Yeah,
the
but then
isn't hanging around.
I would usually have a suitcase within the suitcase that's just for laundry, so I know that is going straight in the laundry, so I don't have to sift through everything.
Got it. Do you think this is a skill that you've always had? Is this a skill that came with motherhood?
I think it's a skill from being in the Spice Girls and constantly travelling and constantly changing different hotels. Because one year we didn't even have a day off. So imagine being not on the run, but on the travelling packed constantly. Yeah, you learn quick and easy things.
Were you the most organised out of the five? My question is basically, are you the passport mum? You know the person who's like, got all the passports, checks in 3 hours early?
No.
What was your role?
I am the person that goes, quick, hurry up, we're going to be late, as we are late. And Mel, see if you've got the passports, and I'll make sure we get on as the doors are closing.
Okay, that checks out. I can really see that. Melanie C's probably checked in 3 hours prior.
Oh yeah, checked us all in, but I'm not turning up until they're literally saying last boarding.
Yeah, so the flight's at 8 and you're at the door at 5:02.
4 minutes to maybe 2.
So how many flights do you reckon you've missed in your lifetime?
A lot. But sometimes I think I do it on purpose because, especially when I travel with Louise is a panic traveller. And so what I'll do is I'll push it right to the last minute, but then it's just a flight. We can rebook another one. Hopefully they'll just refund it and we'll hopefully blag our way through that. But I find it funny at airports because people seem to lose all sense of their senses in airports. They're walking around in circles half the time. Everyone looks stressed, or the kids are crying, or somebody's crying because they've had to leave their loved one or whatever. I find airports the most fascinating people watch. So sometimes I'll be in the airport, I've checked on my flight, and I've just got consumed in people watching.
No, but people are fascinating. You always wonder, I wonder what's going on in that person's life. What's your story?
Or they've had an argument, they're not talking, or that kid's in trouble, or they're alone. They're happy to be travelling alone. And I actually like travelling alone as well.
Oh, there's nothing better.
Because you've only got yourself to answer for.
Exactly, and then no one can be mad at you if you're late, because it's sort of like, well, you've only got yourself to blame.
Louise.
Shout out to Louise. She sounds like truly the most centering person that
She
you know.
is. She was the one that pieced my life back together. Wrote Brutally Honest, my book with me.
Big up Louise all
Yes.
day. Okay, tell me about your hacks for bear hunt then. Were you able to pack in the way that you usually like to for that? Were you able to prepare in a stricter way?
No, you don't pack anything for bear hunt. I mean, you're given a uniform. You're basically a number, even though you're all on the same level. It's a bit like being in an army barracks. There's no special treatment for anyone.
Okay,
no
so
luxury.
It was turn up as you are and does it.
And then
Got to survive.
then you're going to be in a uniform. If you want to put makeup on, I think Una at one point put makeup on, and everybody went, "Oh my God, you look gorgeous." She went, "All I've done is put a bit of makeup on." I was like, I had no makeup on the whole time, but it was boiling in Costa Rica. If you had makeup on, it'd be sweated off anyway.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And in the bear pit, I smothered myself. I wanted to blend in. I took it way, way too far. I camouflaged myself. I was like, there's no leopard print here, but I'm going to make sure I look like a leopard on my face.
It was very reminiscent of you guys in camera from the Spice World movie, actually. It was
Yes,
definitely given that.
I was trying.
Definitely given that. Okay, let's talk to me about snacks. What kind of snacker are you on a journey?
Oh, it depends. It really does depend, because usually I have my big bottle of water. I put my electrolytes in it, so my water will last me all day. And I make sure I do that, because before I never understood why Melanie would be constantly drinking water. And I think the older I've gotten, the more considerate I've got for my own body. And water, it helps with everything, your skin, the way you feel. Yeah, so I've always got my bottle of water. When it comes to snacks, I am particular. I went through a phase of What's-Its and Monster Munch. Then I went on a nut phase with like Brazil nuts and almonds. I'm not really one of those people that carries. Some people, they get their bag out and they've got an old Kit Kat or an old like thingy bar, like to go bar. I'm not really one of those persons. And I'm not really a massive snacker. I like to, God, it sounds terrible.
No.
I like to eat when I'm hungry, and I like to not be, if there's food around, I'm not just going to go, oh, I want a bit of that. No, I only eat when I want to eat. So then if I'm craving something, whether it be fish and chips or a burger or a pizza, I will devour that because I'm craving it.
And it actually tastes better.
Yeah, it does. But then there's always that time you order it from a restaurant and you've pictured it in your mind and it comes and it's just horrid.
Oh,
that's when that's the most angering thing. And, you just got to be kind at that point and just go, I craved it too much. My expectations were too high.
It infuriates me deeply.
No.
Let me ask you this. When you were living in LA for so long, was it easy to get hold of UK snacks, or were you getting them
Not
specially
really.
imported in or anything like that?
There was the English shop in Santa Monica that I used to go to for your Rolos and all your mini gems. But no, my mum used to send stuff over, like the big Tetley's tea bag from Costco, because that would last me years. But no, there wasn't really anything too English. They didn't have good fish and chips, that's for sure, and scraps.
Please,
not
could
a
you imagine?
No,
fish and chips in LA. That's not even a thing.
No,
it would be like a slither of a sweet potato,
and that's
and
it.
some steamed cod,
and that's it.
Yeah, and sorry, Los Angelinos, you know what I'm talking about, the Hollywood types.
Oh
no
wait,
shade.
I do have a thing that I do travel with. I do travel with, which is sachets of HP brown sauce and chili flakes, because that can make anything taste better.
Do you know what? Very true. Very true.
Honest to God.
I love that. It's like, what's it Beyonce says? I got hot sauce in my bag.
Oh, hot sauce. No, I've
You
got
got
chili
HP in your
flakes and
bag.
HP brown sauce. Because in America, they only have steak sauce. And I'm a HP sauce all day long.
I love that. They need
Brown
to run
sauce.
you a check, mate. HP, you listening?
Yeah.
No free promo on this show. Right, tracks. Let's get into it. Music, obviously, is a massive part of your life. You
Yeah.
are a musician. You are an artist. What are the songs that take you back, I guess, memory-wise, to some of your favourite journeys?
Oh, God, there's loads. I'd have to go with like a Fleetwood Mac song, because my dad used to blast that, and he could never sing along with the right words. So I used to have to be singing along louder with the right words. So I know their first album was just everything to me. And the track Go Your Own Way just reminds me of my dad.
Beautiful. Your dad, I mean, sadly is no longer with us. Do you remember, besides Fleetwood Mac, do you remember other artists that he put you onto that you still listen to this day?
Tracy Chapman, the first album. God, there's loads. Kate Bush, Maxi Priest, Billy Ocean. I mean, my dad was a bit tacky and cheesy, but then he'd go hardcore Bougie Banton with the really inappropriate words. God, yeah, there's so many, but mainly Tracy Chapman. And that album was her first album was just so, it's like stuck in my playlist no matter what.
And that's a beautiful record to go on a journey with, actually. Like, you know, when you're like got your head like to the side of like the window, if you're in a car, on a train or a plane, and you're doing that main character syndrome, and you're just listening to like fast car.
Like, I was about to say that too. Yeah. That's where it's at. Yeah.
That's me. Where has been, I guess, the most surprising place like music has taken you, like physically?
Oh, I was in South Africa at the Mandela Charity Fundraiser. And I remember I've got Phoenix. Phoenix must have been about 4 years old. And he asked me to perform one of my solo tracks. And yeah, that was really interesting. And even though South Africa, to me, because I've been there before with the Spice Girls, back then was very divided and very racist. When I walked into a shop, a few people walked out because the colour that I was. So it was nice to go back and it wasn't that in my face.
That is. I mean, there's so much to unpack there. That is wild. People walked out of the shop.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And this is
the
you
girls
with big
were
Mel B.
Absolutely disgusted. The girls could sense it and they knew.
Goodness me, that's really shocking. But then again, also so beautiful that you could go there in that capacity to show up for people worldwide, like with your baby girl, and sing for Nelson Mandela.
And I'm like, there's a picture of me holding her, and Nelson's going like that to her cheeks, and I've got a picture of it, and I'm like, Phoenix, do you remember that? She's like, I wish I could. I was too young.
Well, again, Mel, thank you so much. And here's the journeys that you've been on and the ones that you'll continue to go on. And thank you for being in the Quiet Coach with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Mel B for joining me on The Quiet Coach with LNER. Bear Hunt is out on Netflix on the 5th of February, and you can see Mel and other celebrities fighting it out for survival in the jungle. I'm talking cliff climbing, traversing crocodile-infested waters, and ultimately playing a brutal game of cat and mouse with Bear Grylls. And if you liked what you heard today, why not rate and review my podcast Roots wherever you get your podcasts, and make sure you give us a follow. BLT or GNT. With food and drink delivered to your seat, it's freedom all the way with LNER. Roots from LNER, a distorted production